at this time in history when so many things are up in the air. People are generally self-absorbed, and they have very short memories. And and that's okay. People are generally undependable. At least I've found it to be that way.
Just like me.
Yeah, yeah. Well, and I've been at times too. So that's not that unusual, but I think there's a bigger thing going on there, and it's got to do with depending on divine guidance instead of divine guidance and divine help rather than 3D guidance and help, if that makes any sense to you guys.
It all starts within.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like, yeah, yeah. It's like learning how to depend on inner authority rather than outer authority. There's a much bigger picture there too.
And 100% responsibility really comes from the place of, okay, if I'm generating all this reality that I'm observing and witnessing, what am I choosing? What am I choosing to generate? And what inside me generated that result that I'm observing? Comes down to radical responsibility for who we choose to be every day and how we show up in the world and what we bring to the world, how we give, who we be today, now. And there's always that opportunity every single day, every single moment that I get to be the source of a transformed world. And when I stand in my values of committing to creating love, freedom, and authenticity in this planet, I get to bring that today. I get to be 100% responsible for generating that vision and holding that vision of how I see the world and bringing that and contributing. So yeah, that possibility is always there. And it's a gift that we can bring into all of our relationships as we go about our day. And there's always feedback. There's always feedback.
Lost, the first thing that came to mind to me was Lost in Space. Look at all the adventures they get to go on just because they aren't part of the Earth.
Oh. Oh, wow. Jesse hopped off.
Yeah, he made me host.
Yeah, it must have, his internet must have cut out or something. Oh, well, we're still here.
Yep.
I had trouble logging on today because my Zoom said unstable network. So I had to type in the full numbers. I couldn't find it in memories.
You know what, Heinz? Go to participants list, and you can make me a co-host so that we don't lose it.
Just in case. Yeah, that's the nice thing about Zoom is it usually will assign a host if the main host drops.
Where is that?
It's down the bottom.
Yeah.
Participants. Oh, there's 3 of us right now.
Yeah.
So when that list comes up, you can just touch somebody else and make them co-host. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the way.
Yeah, perfect.
then when Jesse comes back, you can let him in back into his own Zoom room.
Yep.
Wow. I've never had this much responsibility. And it just went all the way to me all without any warning.
Oh, there he is.
There he is.
Yay.
Hi,
Welcome
Jesse.
back.
Participant. Oh, he became host again. Good.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, double clicked my earpiece too fast and that hangs up.
Oh no. Well, you didn't miss much.
Okay. So back to what we were talking about, because this is really good. So for me, the word responsibility has kind of a kind of an itchy connotation to it. So what I did hear from what you said, Will, about when you're talking about responsibility and about putting your values out there, I think it was love and freedom, and what was the last one?
Authentic.
Yeah, authenticity. That's what it was. Love and freedom and authenticity. Yeah, exactly. And the cool thing about that, and here's what I really love about interacting with you, Will, is I feel like I feel that you've invited me to co-create that reality with you.
Uh-huh.
You know, so it's kind of like if it's responsibility, it's kind of, you've kind of shared that with an invitation and a vision, and invited
Wow.
invited me in to participate in that with you.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
yeah.
Wow, thank you for the feedback. I really appreciate your feedback. Great,
Yeah.
thank you.
Because what came to me right away is, hey, yeah, I want that too. You know,
That's
so
funny.
that's really good.
And like that, I ask myself daily, like, what does that actually mean to me? And I invite you guys into this inquiry too, right? Like, what does it mean to you? What does love mean to you? What does freedom mean to you? What does authenticity mean to you? And you don't have to say anything, but just entertaining that question, it's like you can dive so deep into that, and it just like expands your horizon. And that's what I observe anyways, expands within me the possibility of what can be generated in this planet by diving into those values and how it can affect, send out a ripple in the pond of superconscious, and start to generate that in my reality. Like I see it showing up now, even just like driving to and from work. Like I don't experience road rage anymore. And there's this big bubble around me. Like people generally, like they, like BC, Canada, right? Lower Mainland, Craig.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like the driving here on the highway. I drive the
It's
highway from
insane.
Chilliwack to, I drive Chilliwack to Langley like every day for work.
Oh
and
my.
in the past, it's been very, very stressful. And now that I'm embracing these values and living them, I notice there's this big bubble around me. Like people generally, they'll go past me or they'll stay back. They don't tailgate so much anymore. And I just leave a nice gap in front of me, and it's like there's this bubble around me. And my drives now are a lot more peaceful and just loving and patient and enjoyable. And that was not my experience up until October-ish. I've struggled with it, but now it's like, okay, I can generate a new reality based on the values through which I choose to see the world and to show up in. I get to be them today, and I get to bring that energy to the world, to the planet, and contribute in my ways of being today. And if that affects one person and maybe shifting a little bit, then hey, it's all worth it.
Hmm. You know, it's interesting. There's so many things that came to me as you spoke just now. And a number of possibilities that seem at this point kind of unrelated to what you were talking about. which always amazes me. Something crazy, but I wanna play with some language, if I may.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, the word responsibility. There's you know, in today's society, there's a lot of connotation in that word, and it's kind of a runoff of the prevailing individualism and separateness that North America especially was built on. And you know, that's pretty twisted. It's kind of a theme over the last 500 years that if you come to this land, that you have a right to confiscate whatever is here. and claim it as your own.
Take.
So somebody in royalty finances your exploration expedition, and you claim land for that. You claim the land for that crown, and then you can do whatever you want with whatever resources happen to be here. Because you're responsible to that crown to do so. And it justifies a whole lot of crap. And I sense right now, especially you, Will, that your indigenous blood is very sensitive to what I just said. Especially in light of love and freedom and authenticity.
Wow. Wow, I never made that connection before. Thank you. Wow.
Yeah. Because what I'm talking about, that whole responsibility to the crown or to a sovereign, a human sovereign, really messes with love and freedom and authenticity.
Yeah. And personally, my experience is I am respectful of the laws of the land. I am respectful of positions of authority amongst humans. And my sovereign is God, not humans. So
Yeah.
As far as like politics and other divisive topics that humans have generated, I just don't get involved in those topics or discussions. I'm neutral, and ultimately, God is my sovereign, and that's how I choose to live my life. So to me, that's true freedom. Is not like, obviously I respect the laws, the rules of the land, the authorities, because that's what we're told in the scriptures. Respect the secular authorities. Mm-hmm. And but as far as like wars and politics and religion and everything, I'm neutral. I have no opinion one way or another. It leads to division, and that does not lead to freedom. It leads to war. So yeah, that's where I am. And I'm holding true to that vision of, love, freedom, and authenticity for all of humanity. And I know ultimately that is the sovereign ruler of the universe's intention, and it will return. Humanity has just been off track for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
But things will return to stasis, because that was the original plan. Things just got off track for a little while.
Think about the way the Crown did it by taking America. What if someone from an Aboriginals tribes that never heard of America steps foot in America and say, I claim this earth for my tribe? What will they do then? They can't say you haven't heard about America. Nope, never. We don't have television. We don't have anything. Sort of the same way they did it. You can't claim land for people, but it's become what is called a market.
Yeah. So what I just did is I called out the word responsibility as an underlying theme in that structure. So when we're talking about because I agree with what you said about taking charge and making conscious choices. That's that's kind of that was kind of the meaning that I think you were portraying behind using that word. So maybe we need to find a better word that isn't an old structure word.
It's just my word choice.
Yep.
However you define that is your right and your choice. It's just the word I choose. And I left a little perspective there in the chat for responsible. Yeah, like basically my definition is like not being reactable, right? We're being responsible, we're able to respond because of how we choose to show up in our ways of being. And as a sovereign individual human that is also part of the whole, we have that possibility to respond. We have that choice of how we choose to respond, right? To life, to everything. And when I become and when I am responsible for what I choose to generate, that then I'm in my power. The focus is not, I'm not placing the focus or the power in other things, right? I am being responsible. I am standing in my power to generate what I choose, which is love, freedom, and authenticity. So just the possibility, right? It's always there. It's always there. It's how we choose to see it and how we define it, right? I know you guys understand this because you've done a lot of work.
Yeah.
So just like anything, right? It's a conversation, it's an opportunity, it's a possibility. I think I'm going to head off here, guys. Got some work to care for today. I hope you
Thanks,
guys
Will.
generate a great day.
Yeah, thank you.
Have a blessed day, Will. Love and hugs.
Okay. Love you guys.
Yeah, well, awesome. Thank you for playing. I really enjoy playing with you, Will.
See you tomorrow.
Okay, love and hugs.
But as I see it, we are in a way lost because we keep on expanding our universe. So we need to explore it. The difference between just sitting in your safe little made world. It's not lost in a bad way, it's just we got so much to explore. New horizons each day. And it's our choice. Moving forward, not backward.
You know what comes up for me with responsible is like Will put in the chat about an ability to respond. And that's the interesting thing for me about this mental illness challenge that I've been dealing with my whole life. Is when I'm under a form of extreme coercion, I lose my ability to respond to anything. It's a form of post-traumatic stress that's called frozenness or paralysis.
Not like being drawn in by a black hole.
Say again?
It's a lot like being drawn in by a black hole. It absorbs everything, so no matter how we deal with it, it keeps drawing us in
Um,
until we get out on the other side.
yeah, it could be. Well, the thing is, I never realized that was that was how my body responded um, to extreme force, to extreme coercion, until I experienced extreme coercion. And all that exposed itself. And I realize now that I'd been avoiding that kind of coercion my whole life, because I knew where it would lead.
Well, it's normally hard to see it when you're not in it.
Yeah.
What
And the
is it?
thing I realize now is that most people on the planet are susceptible to that kind of thing, to that kind of physiological reaction. It's actually not a reaction, it's a reflex.
I think most people on Earth do like you did, avoid it.
Yeah. Yeah, like I say, I didn't realize I was avoiding it.
And sometimes we just need to go through it to actually get out stronger and a new person on the other side. But like you're saying, many don't really realize they are avoiding it. They just play it safe, doing what they've always done. That's our program.
Yeah, and apparently I had to live through it in order to realize that it was part of my programming, part of my conditioning.
Yep.
Who or what is the contract with?
What contract are you talking about?
Responsible. Responsibility.
Good one. That was was a new perspective on it.
Yeah, right now I realize that that as this heals itself and completes through my system, that I still need to protect myself from that kind of coercion. And there's a confidence and a responsibility that's coming back. You know, and also a realization that even though the spin is that a lot of laws and a lot of structure are here to protect us, they actually don't. They actually take away our freedom. They
Morning,
actually
Pascal.
restrict us grossly. Hey, Pascal.
Morning, Pascal.
Who's coercing you? Like, for what? Is the what's the word you said?
Coercion.
Yes. Do you see? That's a contract.
Yeah, coercion is forcing a certain kind of behavior or trying to force a certain kind of behavior.
Mm-hmm. I mean, someone's forcing it, or we're giving the force to someone to execute it. Either way, it's giving power away. No, it was just in the question, in the exploration, the discovery inside of responsibility, who's holding that over you? The only thing that can do that is a contract.
Morning, guys.
Morning, Pascal.
How are you today?
Well, thank you.
Good. What a beautiful morning here. We got surprised with snow.
Oh, you got snow today?
Yeah,
Overnight.
yeah, overnight.
Nice.
Yeah, about maybe a 3-4 inches.
Softening the
Winter is coming.
sound.
Sorry, what'd you say?
Go ahead, Heinz.
I said winter is coming.
Oh no, it already arrived.
Yeah, that's not the first snow in Calgary, is it?
Second one. But you know, like how it is. Well, I don't know if you know, but like you usually get like just a tiny bit of snow, right? Like not even like enough to cover anything. But this year is really unusual. The 2 times that we got snow, like it completely covered everything. And the first one, like it was like probably 8 inches of snow. For a first snowfall, that's a lot.
Yep. I know when I was there, because my birthday's like 2 days before the end of October, it was about 50-50 whether or not I'd have snow cover on my birthday.
So I think I'm going to be coerced to shovel the snow today. My wife already told me. She said, like, make sure like clean the driveway when you come back from walk, and my car as well, eh? Eh?
Mhm.
Well, I enjoy doing that. Maybe it's not coercion, right?
I don't know. How would we know?
Yeah. Only I would know. Eh?
Mhm.
Isn't it more of being of service to yourself and your wife?
Mm.
Choice of words.
It's always a choice of words. And in it, we ask, like, oh, well, let's not do it. What happens if you don't do it?
And someone else has to do it.
Well, why would they? What's the point of it?
I could imagine the price that kid wanted for it, who wanted $1 for a minute. For walking your dog, whoa. $3 a square meter.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll call that number, right? If she would expand her her services.
Lock him up for the winter for the cheapest rate.
Yeah.
And then you become last on the list. It's just interesting, right? If we don't do it, right, then you're going to have grooves like that'll melt and it'll freeze and it might just all melt away. At some
It
point,
might,
it's going
yeah. It might.
to.
And then it might just freeze and become really hard so you can't get it away.
That's right. There we go.
Yep, pretty soon you'll be driving on square tires.
Mhm.
Uh,
Dum dum. Dum dum.
Exactly.
mm,
Yeah, if you ever lived where it gets really cold, you know what I'm talking about.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. Or you go in really deep snow and you're like, oh, that was so much fun. And you leave your car outside. And then it's like you have weight on one side of your tires, but not on the other. Oh, now they're balanced. I remember that because like, I don't know, there's a road that they open for the winter, but they don't plow it very often. And it's a gravel road. And I went with a friend of mine one winter and then we had such a blast. And then like it was a parking lot that wasn't like even shoveled. And he's got a nice Subaru. So I was like, and he was on the phone, and I was just like just doing donuts and whatnot. And then like, oh, such a blast. But like for me, it's easy because I bring my car in the garage and it melts. For him, he just leave it outside in Canmore.
Hmm.
The next day he takes his car, it's like -30. He's like, oh my God, it's like I was driving on the train track the whole way.
Hmm.
And he's like, you bastard.
Yeah. Frozen snow. Wet frozen snow.
Have a good day.
Yeah, that's one of the things I enjoyed about coming to Oregon is that when it when it snows here, you can have a lot of fun.
Yeah.
When I was working at that retirement community, I was at a golf cart that I used to take all over the yard, and yeah, it snowed. It snowed one night. You had to burn donuts in the cul-de-sacs
Mhm.
in a golf cart. Good
Oh, I still
times.
enjoy the snow. Yeah. It's the cold, right? When it's the cold that's not the best. Snow is fine, especially here. It's just like fluffy stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, in Calgary it goes away quite often too because of the Chinooks.
Yeah.
The Chinook winds, yeah. which is kind of interesting. There's a casino here in Lincoln City, and that's what it's called, Chinook Winds.
Mm.
And quite frankly, I don't know that anybody here knows what the heck a Chinook wind is.
No, no.
Yeah.
We call them Santa Ana winds.
Yep.
I know.
Santa Ana, yeah. Yeah, when Chinook winds are coming in, they form an arch cloud because the winds always come in from a westerly direction, and you get this arch cloud that the wind kind of comes in underneath the arch cloud and then goes over the mountains. And yeah, I've actually seen that formation here.
Really, eh? Wow.
Believe it or not, yeah, yeah. But the weather people don't refer to it. They aren't familiar with what it is.
But
A
they
Chinook
don't look
arch.
up.
Well, yeah, but they don't happen often enough here for them to kind of realize what it is.
Right, right.
It's cloudy all the time there. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I'm curious why you guys were talking about coercion.
We were doing a deep dive into responsibility.
Mm.
And how the meaning of responsibility is so twisted and ingrained in the current societal structure that we're living in.
Meaning like we're all brainwashed?
Well, it's like the society isn't responsible for anything, and the individual is made responsible for everything.
Mm.
You know, a lot of these things we deal with personally on a daily basis are actually these systemic societal stuff. You know, that kind of garbage. You know, it kind of starts with your parents telling you to do what you're told.
Right.
You know, even that is a form of stripping away your inner authority.
And it's to trace that source. Why are they doing that? They're scared to.
Oh darn. We lost you, Pascal.
I feel responsibility has become much more shifting the blame.
That's a very astute observation, Heinz.
Because when you're thinking about any work you're doing, well, it's the chief whatever who actually has the responsibility for everyone working under it. Welcome back, Pascal.
Good to be back.
You just had some snow interference or what?
What's that?
Some snow interference.
Oh, really? You guys lost me for a
We
bit?
lost you. We lost you.
Hmm. Strange. Well, quite a few things happened between you guys lost me. And now we're having a little bit more issue. Like the paws getting cold now. Hmm. Think we're gonna shorten the walk today, eh? Yeah, it's kind of to question why our parents were doing that. Or why I would be doing that with Kai. You know? What's the whole purpose of it?
don't
Is
know
it
if you heard
because of
my
my
answer.
insecurity that I can control him and then like I cannot like,
Did you hear the answer I gave?
you know,
Shifting the blame. Responsibility is much about shifting the blame. It wasn't my time to shovel the
shifting the
driveway.
blame, yeah.
Yeah. Kai, why haven't you shoveled the driveway? It was your turn.
Yeah, I could do that.
But you're way too wise to do it. You'll take the blame instead. That's what a real parent do. Sorry, I didn't see it. That snowed for 5 days.
Right. Yeah, there's no excuse that would help me get away from that one. But I enjoy doing it. You know, I like it a certain way, and you know, I feel like when she does it, then I still have to do it a little bit more. So
Probably the same way she thinks about the laundry. Every time you've done it, she has to rearrange
oh
it.
yeah, that's why I don't do it. We have all our
We got our
tasks, right?
strengths and our weaknesses.
Oh,
And when
not
you really
everything goes in the same goes in the washer. All colors? They don't go all together? Oh, oh, what a bummer.
actually only have two ways of two different washes, one dark and one light. But I don't
Mm.
have any colored clothes.
Yeah, I only have one washer though, the dark one. So she's gonna have to buy another one if she wants to do the white. Yeah, my word for today is beauty.
Nature does look beautiful when you see the snow all over it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
And
liking that too.
Yeah, and I'm sure like a lot of people are getting out of their house and they're like, shit, no.
Yeah. The cloud cover broke enough here so that I could actually see Venus this morning, so I'm happy.
No.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm not used to that. I'm not used to having skies that are covered by clouds.
Mhm. What are you guys' words for today?
I haven't had one.
It's a good one.
I didn't
It's
have
a good
one.
start. That's a good start. I don't know.
Today I think I'll take care of myself. I have a little plug in my ear and feel a little sore in the throat, but nothing big, but better safe than sorry. So I'm sort of staying close to bed, relaxing.
Just being.
Yep.
Nice.
Ooh, a word for me, Pascal, is keep showing up as passing through.
Passing through.
Ooh, that's
What
an
does it
interesting one.
represent? Yeah, passing through. And what does it represent to you? Passing through.
Unattached. Allowing. Being. And as it is. What it could be. Present. It's just life is passing through.
Just like a vacation that you haven't visited yet.
Mhm.
Right? You're completely present.
That's sweet, Pascal. A vacation you haven't visited yet. Oh, yeah.
Like not knowing the unknown.
Mhm. Point is, I think that's the aim. See why we can't. What's keeping us from just passing through? Moving through, moving beyond. Next stand.
Yeah, I was wondering like why in vacation I feels like I'm always more amazed than my wife when we get to a certain place that like she point out or she wanted to see. Now I know because I haven't seen it yet, and she sees it on pictures. But for me, like I don't do research, um, so I just show up and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. And like, but she had a picture and she had kind of an expectation of how it's gonna look.
Mhm.
But I just showed up there and like I have no idea.
Yeah. Expectations.
Mhm.
Well, gentlemen, have yourself a wonderful day.
Yeah, you as well.
Thank you, Pascal. I will. I'm passing through.
Yeah, it's
Have a
like I've
blessed
been here
day.
before, but yeah, it's a new day.
Quiet day with the snow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks, Heinz. Have a great day too. Hope you feeling better.
Yeah, I'll go and lie in the bed now and sort of heat up the body and get over it tomorrow.
You're passing through.
Yep, just passing through.
Love that.
Bye, Craig, if you're there.
Love and hugs.
All right, guys. Bye.
All right, guys.